Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me. Welcome to School of the Akash. My goal in this video is to help as many people as possible meet their higher selves, and that's going to be my objective in general on this channel going forward. And what I'm going to do is hopefully provide the tools and the knowledge and the know-how to generate an experience such as that. And what I'm about to give you today is something that I downloaded from the Akash almost a year ago. And what do I mean by download it from the Akash? I went into the Akashic Records. I asked, how can I have a direct communication or contact type experience with my highest self? And what came through that was a vision of a past life where I did it easily, and I was able to observe and learn exactly what I did. And immediately after that, went in, put it into practice, and was, immediately successful. But with that being said, if it's not something that works for you the first time, patience and persistence. Come back again tomorrow night as a more healed, more knowledgeable version of yourself. And if you do have an experience, let me know in the email or, in the comment section. And let's get into the message. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to make some time for yourself, at least an hour, and you'll want to find a sacred space where you can be alone. And the first time I did this, I was in a bath, and it worked really well for me, and I'll tell you why, but it can be done either way, in a bath or in a bed. You should be laying down, at least initially, and then once you get the initial experience out of the way, you'll have, your system will be calibrated to it. So you won't have to be laying down, you won't have to go in directly. You'll already be familiar with the sensations and how to, focus your intention to do it whenever you want to and whenever you need to. So you'll open the Akash, you will align with your higher self, you'll have a conversation with your higher self. Higher self, what do I need to know? And then once you get that experience out of the way, you'll notice that during your day you get the same kind of promptings. The promptings coming through you have the same directness and the same tone, which will allow you to do whatever you're meant to do in this timeline comfortably and confidently, feeling informed in the while you're doing it. So you can do this without opening the Akashic Records, but I'm an Akashic Records practitioner. Obviously, I'm going to recommend opening the Akash, and I'll let you know why. When we open the Akashic Records, we send a message to our unconscious systems that they can stand down from their linear procedures. So your subconscious mind, or the veil, if you want to call it that, is an operating system that is engaged and upholds the third dimensional processes. That is until there is direct conscious intervention that takes place, such as, going through the process of opening the Akashic Records. When you open the Akashic Records, your subconscious systems can relax, they feel secure, which allows you to stay comfortably in your right brain where the message is, and your inner voice are going to be much more loud. But opening the Akash is the tricky part, right? So, in several of these videos, I've, shown the process of opening the Akashic Record, so you can go back and look at that. But I don't want you to feel hamstrung or limited by the idea that there's some process that you need to accomplish that you're not aware of. What you should do is lay down, focus your awareness, focus your intention on the Akash, and just leave it at that. That will align you with the Akashic energies, and most of you are already tuned in vibrationally and frequency wise to the Akash anyway, so just directing your consciousness to them is going to accomplish a lot for you. So I'm going to explain this to you like it is me going through the motions to accomplish the end goal, and I'm going to step by step tell you how it's done. And I will use doing this in the bath as the main reference, just because that's how I would do it. So I will get in the bath, When the water is done, I will, let my body relax, and I will open the Akashic Records, or I'll focus my attention on the Akashic Records. Okay? So you just bring them into your awareness. Oh, the Akash, I wonder what that's about. I wonder what's there for me. Maybe they are open right now. Oh, in fact, they are open. Let's move on to other things. You get in the bath, you focus on each one of your limbs individually. And what you'll want to do is release all of the tension from those limbs. And you can even create the tension to release it. You can actually tense your leg up, the muscles in your leg up, and then consciously focus your mind on just dispersing all the tension and allow the limb to just float as freely as it can. You're going to want to do that to your entire body. You're going to want to do that to the right leg. You're going to want to do that to the left leg. You're going to want to do that to the right arm. You're going to want to do that to the left arm. And then you're going to want to focus on your torso. You're going to want to focus on your intestines. Is there any tension there? Is there any buildup there? Is there anything that needs to be released? Then you want to focus on your chest. Am I breathing freely? Am I holding shame or guilt or tension? So what you'll do now is you will release that tension. And it's going to feel a little funny because it's unnatural to your body. Your body almost feels like it has to have that tension there to hold itself together. But that's what we want to eliminate, and that's why we want to open the Akashic Records, so that the subconscious systems let go of those things, more effortlessly. So after you've released the tension, what state are you in? You are a student with a pen and pad who's ready to listen, who's ready to learn. You have fully given your higher self the floor and have allowed for a transformative, life-improving interaction to take place. So what's it going to feel like? Is it going to feel like, are you going to hear words spoken to you? I can't say for sure what your experience will be, but probably the first thing that you will notice is that your inner voice is louder, it's more direct, it's more articulate, and it clearly states for you to understand what your situation is like from a higher perspective and what you need to do and implement in your experience to have it in a more healthy and productive way. It's going to be an esoteric examination of your being, and it's going to inform you of what you need to know in that moment to get to what is next for you. So you will also notice that what is spoken to you feels different, and the sensation that you'll get is, whoa, that was a really profound thought. I need to write this down. You may not even notice that it is your higher self speaking to you, but you will notice that what just came through me was profound, and I need to write it down before it goes away. Those are the quantum thoughts. You'll know it's something coming from your higher self when it's hard for you to hold on to it because it's so different from what you're used to interacting with. So let's go over the process one more time, and I want to talk about a little bit about the baseline you're in before you start the experience. So your baseline pre-meditation is full of a lot of chatter. It's because your subconscious systems are still engaged in the 3, trying to keep the soul in the suit informed, safe and secure, and on path. So there's a lot of noise. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to be at this place at this time. I got to make sure that I do this before I leave. I've got to call this person. There's a lot going on. Then you turn on the tap of water. You let it run. You let the water get to the level that it's comfortable at. You focus your intention on clearing the mechanisms by opening the Akashic Records. And when you do that, that sense of calm starts to come in, that sense of peace within the chaos starts to come in and take over. you focus on each one of your limbs individually. Communicate with them, let them know that they are to release any tension that they're holding on to that would be counterproductive toward the end result that you're searching for. You'll go limb by limb. I don't know why, I always go right leg, right arm, stomach, heart. Get to your heart. State that your intention by taking these actions is to connect with the higher self and to have a perceivable, meaningful interaction with it. We're coming from the heart in everything that we do. Go to your heart and state your intention and let the universe work from there. What you need to do then, after you've released the tension from the lower parts of your body, you'll notice that there's a little, almost a focus point where the tension collects, and it's like that tension is purposely there to keep you from engaging in some of your more quantum experiences. Almost like it's corking your spirituality. You will release the tension from that area, and what you'll do next is you will give the stage to your higher self. We're not talking, we're not thinking, we're not speaking, we are simply being, and in our being we are observing what is available to us by taking specific actions. And what you'll notice is that the thoughts, feelings, and desires and everything that's on your heart that you can't normally speak or, formulate an understanding of, come through you so clearly that you stop the entire process to, physically take notes, because you know that what just came through was so quantum that it's going to be very difficult for the linear parts to hold on to. So how I do this is I get the downloads, I take notes. I come back in, release the tension, get the downloads, take notes. I come back in, release the tension, get the downloads, and make notes. And what I've found during that process is that I get an entire story, and sometimes the little bits and pieces that you get don't feel like much on their own, but then eventually, there's a bigger picture that is given when you can stay there long enough. The higher self knows you, the higher self loves you, the higher self knows what you're doing here, the higher self sees you as a child and wants to do what it can to make your experience here one that you're proud of and one that you return home raving about. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, you guys. I will see you soon. Good luck.